I've got two subjects today for our staff meeting. The first one is curriculum changes, making some fairly sweeping curriculum changes. Some of our personalities are, oh, cool, yeah, I like changes, and a lot of our personalities are, ooh, I hate changes. Why are you doing this? Truly, these are things that have been in the work for a couple of years. Brandon and I have been thinking about these changes for a couple of years. Basically, things were in the curriculum because that's where they were in the curriculum when I learned them back in the late 90s. Some things never made sense, and of course, we have done a lot of swapping, a lot of changes, taking things out over the years. But now, a pretty big changes. I mean, nothing. We're not moving half the stuff around, but we're moving some things around. And I want to quickly go over what's being moved and why. The curriculum layout is on the website. The lesson plans, the test sheets, and the videos being lined up correctly, they're coming. I don't want to throw too much at Andy, but they're coming. We'll have all that. But the curriculum is now online as far as the written curriculum. Some things we're doing. Level 1, we're adding the headbutt. It always should have been level 1, I always thought. Gotta just practice it correctly. And we'll have a video on that. Teach it correctly. It's one of the few things a small woman could do to knock me out, honestly. So, it should have been level 1 a long time ago. And I've kind of always thought that. We're finally making the change. Offensive stomp kick. The defensive is in level 1. The offensive stomp kick is in level 2. Why? I don't know. They were just always split for some reason. When you get to level 2, the side kick and the back kick, the offense and defense are both right there. So we've moved the stomp kick down to level 1. The foot stomp, we are now calling the Achilles stomp. See the technique of the month video for some insight onto that, but the Achilles stomp. The diagonal knee, there's no sense that that's not part of the knee, because truly it's the exact same knee, we're just throwing out a little bit of a different angle in level 1. We're adding the wall chokes. Again, they're the same thing as chokes with a push. Why do we have them split up? Again, because that's the way they always were. That's a bad answer for me. So we're moving those to level 1. The rocking kick on the ground, we're moving that to level 2. Not that it's overly difficult, but it's not as useful as some things that we could have in level 1. So it's moved to level 2, that rocking kick. Again, it's not a hard move, but it's not a move that we'll need, as a basic, as a foundation. Level 2 is where we get a little crazy. The displacement slap, or the disruptive slap, and the brachial plexus strike, we've moved to level 2. They're basic moves that are pretty handy. They're pretty effective, and they should be level 2. The knee spike, we've moved to level 4 and made it part of that knee spike takedown. Nobody was really doing it right. It was harder to teach. It ended up just being grabbing him and throwing a knee straight up at that angle, which was almost just as effective, so who cares? So we've moved that to 4. Some of the things in our sparring, catching punches, uppercut defense, the hook defense, we're putting those in level 3. Not that I'm de-emphasizing sparring entirely, but as far as self-defense goes, I mean, you could read some of my past blogs. Sparring isn't self-defense. Sparring is moving around, setting up things, throwing combinations, circling. If we do that on the street, their buddy done caught up to us and hit us in the back of the head. Self-defense is going forward, destroying, and getting the heck to safety. So sparring, why am I teaching that to, small girls who never intend to spar? Why am I teaching it to people like me, old dudes that never intend to spar? It's not self-defense. Yes, we need to know how to move. We need to know how to throw combinations. We need to know sparring. But truly, you're in level 1 if you're there a lot for 3.5 months. You're in level 2 for 5 or 6 months. So 8 months to get self-defense and get a massive, great foundation on that, to me, makes sense to have sparring start after you've been there 8 months. And of course, our gyms, we have sparring classes anyhow. Oh, the front kick defense, the weight forward, the stabbing, and the reflexive, those are moved to level 3. Yeah, good moves, but again, not necessarily a foundation or a basic. I guess they come in handy when you're in that position, but that position is less likely than a lot of the things we moved from 3 to 2. Hair grabs, we move those from level 3 to level 2. I mean, that's something I show in every self-defense for women seminar I do. To me, that's something that could happen pretty easily, happens often. I've never liked those being in level 3, so they are now in level 2. Side fall, side movement, getting up from the side, we put in level 3. I'm going to move and kick and all that from my back. I just don't see why I want to be on my side. There are reasons, an officer with a lot of stuff on his belt, but again, it's nothing that I really want to do as a basic, so it's level 3. Going right down the list here. I've got my computer up with big print, so I don't have to wear my glasses, of course. The ground defenses. When you're on the ground, somebody's trying to punch you or stomp you. They were too late in the system. I mean, that's stuff that happens look at the videos on Google. Anytime there's a gang, there's somebody on the ground getting stomped and punted. We move those to level 2. I mean, they're fairly simple. They're easy. They're basically, inside defenses, outside defenses. So we're going to put those in level 2. That's the changes for level 2. Level 3, continuing to go right down. Axe kick. The downed opponent is moved from 3 to 4. It's an axe kick. we moved a lot of that stuff back in previously, so we're moving that from 3 to 4. Our head slam defense that was in level 5, we've put in level 3. To me, that's something we should know, way before level 5. Headlock from the side, there's 4 variations. I was going to move them to level 5, but this is why you talk to law enforcement. My thought was, man, that's not a likely attack. And, Brandon said often when he pulled up on 2 guys, fighting, wrestling around, that's the position they ended up in. So, if he saw it that often, we'll just keep that in level 3. The Kimura, we moved from 3 to level 4, spreading out that BJJ a little bit. Again, rolling around and locking people up on the ground isn't necessarily anything I want to do in self-defense anyhow. Ball bat swing is no more for the stick defense. We're just doing overhead. Get in. You've heard my thoughts on that before, I'm sure. Whenever we teach both and then have a drill where they're going to swing overhand or baseball bat, it causes hesitation. That's nothing we want to cause. We certainly don't want to cause hesitation. And then I heard myself, during those drills say, well, if you guess wrong, guess overhead, because you're bursting in. If we guess wrong on that, we're inside. If we guess wrong, and when it's the other, and we're inside. It only comes into play when we're late. If we're late and we guess baseball bat and it's overhead, we get our head split open. If it's late on a baseball and we guess wrong, we get a broken rib. Truly, the way we're blocking, we're going to break our humerus or the radial and ulnar bone anyhow. I just think we're safer if we just go in with that overhead defense. And we are moving the off angle to level 3. We'll learn both of those stick defenses at once. And again, we're almost done. Level 4, reverse kick from the ground, went from level 5 to level 4. It's an easy technique. The triangle choke went from level 4 to level 5, the leg triangle. Level 5, we are adding handgun retention. Because why not? We certainly should have been doing that for civilians as much as we do it for law enforcement. Okay, that is part 1. Again, all of our curriculum changes. Part 1 of the staff meeting. And go to the next video for part 2.